Athanor was a world where the faith in heavenly beings had vanished and lawless prevailed. Creatures of unspeakable horror ran amok, with no sign of the world ever being saved from its suffering. Its citizens began to lose hope, until a brave soul stood up against his darkness. His name was Arthur. Arthur was a young, promising knight who sought to overcome the impossible by restoring order to the world he loved dearly. He walked tall with a sword of justice in his hand and righteousness in his heart. Arthur preached the principles of justice and honor, heading down the path of discipline as a knight. He built up an order, recruiting brave men from far and wide to rally against demons that plagued them. Arthur raised humanity's morale once more and built up peace and order amidst the darkness. Under Arthur's leadership, the order impeded the demon legion's advance. This aggravated Athanor's leaders, Maloch. Realizing that Arthur was a threat to his rule, he began to overwhelm the order. But Arthur and his knights were not shaken. They would not be defeated. The order kept growing, their numbers increasing with each battle until they became a force to be reckoned with. Victory eventually came, the order driving back the demons to whence they came. Arthur and his men brought mankind a place in the world, a place where they were finally recognized as equals, rather than as beneath the other races. This was all the beginning of a road to finding peace. Centuries after Arthur's reign, the torch of hope was passed down along many successors, one notable successor being Thane. Thane was a refugee who could barely protect himself. He grew up knowing the pain of the common folk, living off scraps and running from demons who would come and hunt them down. Through blood, sweat, and tears, Thane grew up to be a fine man who sought to vanquish Athanor's darkness. In his campaign, he spoke of progress. He became the pioneer of technology and the first in many years that taught all who feared the demons how to break free of those chains and become their own masters. Through war, blood, and loss, Thane had seen the end of days, but he never gave in to despair. The young man rallied humanity through the dark rain, and one day light was able to pierce through the darkness and shower its blessing to all. Soon after peace was brought back to the world of Athanor, Thane ascended to become the castle of Inception's king. By his side were Astrid, Valheim, and Raz, who had all chosen to faithfully serve the man who had brought them hope. Raz would later on decide to join Maloch's demon legion as a spy for Thane's side. Thane had also won the people's respect and loyalty. Even from those from the Temple of Light respected the young king despite being wary of him. Against all odds and despite rumors of corrupted politics within the capital, Thane became a king that would be remembered for years to come. As it stands now, Maloch remains the largest antagonist to most, if not all, heroes. As a leader of Athanor, this demon will not stop in his attempts of forcing the world to do his bidding. Most, if not all, of the characters' lore is connected from tales of how heroes faced off against Maloch at various points of the present rule, with Thane's stories about the Temple of Light and their ulterior motives against the world, to past achievements of heroes that stood by Arthur's side. The present conflict, though far more peaceful than it was in the past, is something yet to be explored. I am going to explain the whole story.
I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you, and I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you.
I guess the best place to start off this entire story would be with Maloch. Deep in the abyss lies the great river of fire, a river of lava and blood that flows through the territory of Maloch, Lord of the Abyss. He is the greatest liege of the abyss, and its most powerful warrior, heir to the supreme throne of Volcath, Lord of Darkness. While Volcath was a consummate leader of nature, Maloch's reign is crude and primitive, founded entirely upon his personal strength. Since the ancient era, the name Maloch has been a byword for strength and violence. He has led the vanguard of the Legion in both the Divinity War and the First Invasion, terrorizing all of Athanor, a beast born for war. After many millennia, Volcath's assessment of Maloch still holds true. When the Lord of Darkness has and was slain by Telenos, it was Maloch who picked up his body and the Abyss Legion's standard, rallying the routing demons and cutting a bloody escape from them through countless enemies. It was Maloch's ferocity in battle that allowed the Abyss Legion to move against the south, building several strongholds in the area. They may have lost a war, but they established a foothold in Athanor for the first time. And so the Lords of the Abyss unanimously voted Maloch as their new leader. Barbaric brute that he is, Maloch was fiercely loyal to Volcath and smart enough to know that he does not have the same talent for politics as his predecessor. Unlike the Lord of Darkness, Maloch shares his power with the other Lords of Abyss, such as Vera, Nakroth, as well as corrupted ones who join their ranks, uniting all of the Abyss with a common interest. Of course, this was not Maloch's own idea. Maloch placed absolute trust in Vera, and accepts her recommendations and strategies without question. The fact that they are lovers is no secret in Athanor, and then Maloch prefers the blade that he can hold and feel in his hands to untangible and invisible political power. That is why Maloch has given Vera full control over Abyss territory in the overworld, while he has returned to the Great River of Fire with his demonic legion, training an army more formidable and terrifying than any other world has ever seen. If the temple and the world tree were destroyed and the Abyss were to achieve their goal of dominion over Athanor, it would not be Maloch sitting on its throne. There are so many other worlds left to conquer after all. All that my banner touches shall be Abyss's land. If you guys like this and want to see more of it for all the characters, let me know down in the comments what character you want me to do next. I will leave you all with this. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram and add me on Facebook. I always read messages, so I'll get back to you. Thanks. AXG out. Peace.